everyone. I hope you're surviving out there. Woo! Check in on your healthcare friends. Wow, things are wild right now. Yeah, ask your CNA friends what it's like to be a CNA during a pandemic. Ask your nursing friends what it's like to be a nurse during a pandemic. It's a lot to manage. However, this video is not about that. It's more so about I did a video a long time ago about what was in my CNA bag when I kind of like half a year, maybe a year into my home health experience. And so I have a little update to that. I've been working for 3.5 years now. So I have a few updates and then some other things that I might bring for night shifts, but this has become my go bag for just about everything. I take it with me everywhere I go. It has my wallet in it, it has my ID. It's my go bag for shifts. It covers shifts really well, but it also is my go bag for just everyday life. So I'm going to talk about what's in my nursing bag right now, and then some things you might add to it during a pandemic if you might, and some things I would add to it if I was working overnight. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have this lovely Patagonia bag. I personally cannot afford it, but it has this little pocket right here on the chest. I guess I'll put it back on for you. So right here on the chest, it has a little pocket. I keep a pen in this pocket. Never know when you're gonna be writing notes down. You wanna have stuff in here. You can put keys if you want. My keys are on a clip and I clip them right here so they're right on my chest. It helps to have that hand-free, especially if you're working home health and you are like traveling around running errands, taking patients to doctor visits, those sorts of things. You want to have your hands free, and a lot of the times you are driving either your car or their car, and not knowing where your keys are is a big deal, especially if you're working with somebody who like needs a lot of assistance walking. So having them right here where like you know where they are, you don't have to dig for them when it's time to get in the car, is helpful, but also so you don't have to hang on to them because a lot of the times patients need both your hands. So this clip is really nice. Having a pen there is great. Keeping your keys in here, keeping whatever you can in here, extra money, whatever, that is helpful as well. So now there's two pockets to this. We have a big pocket and a little pocket. Let me lower you so you can see everything that I pull out. Okay, so big pocket, little pocket. In my big pocket here, opens all the way like this, is really handy. I have timesheets back here, so some of the places I go require paper visits. I won't reveal the name, but paper visits. Most of my charting is on my phone nowadays, but having paper visit sheets is helpful in case your phone isn't working, whatever. I also have some dude wipes. I've got some dude wipes in here for me, for whatever, just like, remember this is my go bag for me too, but if I were ever in public with a client, I needed to go to the bathroom, and we were in a dire situation, I've got some wipes with me. I've also got gloves in here. I have gloves in my car. I just have a box of gloves. So got these in my go bag, but this is also like go bag if I needed to run away to the forest for a week. Hygiene is important. I also in here, I have my wallet, my ID, just because I'm driving, but also I bring this with me everywhere I go. It's my go bag. I have like two of my wallets. I don't know why they're not consolidated, but they're not. I have a first aid kit. I actually got to use this yesterday when I was at work. We had a little fall, and it was a super smooth fall, really well controlled. Luckily, I'm trained well on how to prevent falls, and if falls do happen, how to make them happen smoothly. So had a little fall. We were at the doctor's office, sometimes elderly people's skin is pretty brittle and dry. Just had some bleeding knuckles, and I got to whip out my first aid kit. I've got alcohol wipes and band-aids and gauze and whatever I might need in here. So I need to stock it up a little bit because I have got to use it a couple times, but this is nice to have with you everywhere you go. I walk around Walmart with it. I walk around to school sometimes with it, just because like if something were to happen, I'm first aid certified, I'm CPR certified, I've been a CNA for a long time and I know how to help you, but if I don't have any supplies, sometimes that makes it hard. So I like to have this on me, and it fits really nice into this little pocket. So that's super cool. Another thing, I recently received training from the American College of Surgeons Committee on Trauma, and we learned how to treat fatal or like emergent bleeding wounds. So this would be like stab wounds, gunshot wounds, accident situations that would happen. And so in addition to the gauze that I do have in here for maybe packing a wound, I also have a tourniquet here. So luckily, I mean, hopefully I'll never have to use this tourniquet, but I think in today's society, you never know when you're gonna need to use it. So I have a tourniquet in this bag as well, if something were to happen just out and about, if I was shopping at Walmart or whatever. So in the second pocket, so here you see we have this big pocket here, little second pocket. I have got some lotion. Some lotion? Hello? No, it's uninterested. I have some lotion. I wash my hands a ton, and so they're dry and crackly. It's nice to have lotion. If you can find hand sanitizer in the world right now, you might consider putting some in your bag. I usually just wash my hands because there's no hand sanitizer to be found at this point in time in the world. And then the last thing that I have in my bag is this little personal survival kit. Looks like this. And in this, I think I used my alcohol wipe from here yesterday, but there's a razor, there's some waterproof matches, there's sting relief towels, there's little towelettes, there's Band-Aids, there's ointment, there's safety pins, whatever you might need. I have that with me. Again, this is a go bag, so if I were to need to cut something and I don't have anything to cut it with, I have a razor. If I need an extra Band-Aid or some ointment or to light a fire, I've got that here. So this is in my little go bag, which is nice to have, and it's pretty nonchalant. People don't know that I'm carrying a tourniquet most of the time. And so it's nice to be prepared for anything, and I feel like in my experience carrying this bag, it's been super helpful for just being prepared for everyday situations, especially if you're running around with patients, because sometimes they get boo-boos and you gotta help them get it back together. I hope this was a fun update for you. I hope you're staying safe out there. Take care of your nursing friends. Stay away from them as much as possible. I know you probably want to socialize with your friends, and your friends probably want to socialize with you, but be very mindful who you're spending time with right now. I know personally I'm quarantining myself unless I'm going to work, because I'm working with vulnerable populations, and so for that reason I cannot be with my friends even if they think they're fine, because if they're not fine and I take that to work, that's a big burden for me to carry. So be mindful, be prepared, be ready for anything, do your best, do your worst, stay home if you can. If I were to be working overnight, some other things that I would bring with me, because I do home health, sometimes overnight shifts look a lot like me waiting for that one person to wake up in the middle of the night and need me, and sometimes they need a lot of help, sometimes they need a little bit less help. So I'll try to bring something to do. So that would be like a book or homework, or I don't know, bring something to do with you if you're doing home health. If you're working in a facility, things will look a little bit differently. I'm sure sometimes you do have time to do stuff in the middle of the night, but in the facilities that I've done support staffing on, usually there's something to do. So you're doing rounds, you're doing checks, you're filing things, you're cleaning stuff. So if you do have stuff to do, that's great for staying awake. If you know that you're not gonna have stuff to do at the place that you're at, bring something to do so you can stay awake and be as productive as possible. I'll always bring coffee with me. I try to take a nap beforehand, usually around, if I'm working like at 8 o'clock, I'll take a nap from like 3 to 6 in the afternoon. And I'll bring snacks because I'm staying up a whole basically extra day, so I do need something to eat during that. And sometimes, to be quite honest, eating helps me stay awake. So bringing some like healthy snacks to keep you going is always a plus. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was a nice little update from my last one. I know before I was carrying around a big bulky backpack, and that backpack is still relevant. I just have downsized a little bit, and now this is kind of my purse of sorts, but also doubles as my work bag. So it's pretty handy. I think this is helpful for home health people because you are kind of bouncing around and it's hard to bring your purse with you everywhere you go, or to have like a set bag for work, especially because it's kind of unpredictable what you might be doing. So if you incorporate any of this into your life, or you have suggestions of what I should put into my go bag once I put it back together, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. I've been thinking about putting some like glucose tablets in here in case like a diabetic friend needs some sugar and I don't have any of that available. So that would maybe be something to fit into this bag, but we got to make sure that we can fit it first. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're staying safe, wash your hands, stay indoors if you can. Namaste. Bye.